Take a look at this chessboard now and tell me where the bishop is. What do I know? Where is it? Right there, to the left of the pawn, in front of the knight, to the right of the king. Notice in that sentence, in order to answer that question, I needed a reference point, that is, an origin. So let this corner be the reference point, the point 0, 0. Imagine a boy is observing you in secret from that point. Now draw that vector. Let's bring the rook here. Now the rook is farther away from the origin. So then, what I've done is logical. Look, I chose a point, drew a vector, and then I understand if the object is close to this point or far from it. With the help of this vector, I can absolutely tell you the object's location. Now tell me, what's the name for this vector? It's a position vector. According to the origin, of course. But even more important is this vector. This is called a displacement vector. So then, what if the man secretly observing this motion is here instead of here? Will the position vector remain the same? No, of course not. This is the new position vector. So the position vector changes, and what happens to the displacement vector? It's still this. It hasn't changed. Conclusion. The displacement vector is independent of the location of the origin that you've chosen. We're playing volleyball. You serve the ball, and the ball followed this curve in the air. What's the name of this curve? The trajectory. What do students mix up? Do you know? The teacher asks, what's the displacement? And the student answers, the length of that curve. No siree. Take that x-axis. Choose a reference point. Let this be point 4. The displacement is the last location minus the first location, 4 meters. What law governs the choice of origin? Good news, there's no law or anything here. It's entirely up to you. If I choose this as the origin, who's going to object? Now you're at position 2, and the ball is at position 6. The displacement is still 4 meters. Conclusion. Displacement is independent of where you place the origin. Did I already say that? Let me put it another way. If we only look at displacement, we cannot figure out the object's initial position. In other words, if this ball's net change in position is 4 meters, where was it at the initial time? It could be either at point 0 or at 2. So then you ask, is this picture any help at all? If the question is about displacement, no, it's not. But if the question is the distance traveled, that would be the length of this curve. Last question. Which of these is a vector? The distance traveled or the displacement? The displacement. Look, we've drawn it. The other is a scalar.